Kodak Black made a very, very generous promise back in November, one that has strangely disappeared from social media, and some fans are wondering if he's now trying to back out of the deal. The deal he had made with no one in particular, I guess, on Twitter was that if the president frees me, I will spend $1 million on charity within the first year that I'm out of prison. He says that's on everything. So, you know, of course, that he was actually, his sentence was commuted last week, and he will be getting out of prison for the federal weapons charge that he was serving time for. But now that tweet is gone. And
disappeared.
People have gone back, they looked in his timeline, it's not there anymore. So for some reason it vanished, and a lot of people thought that he was trying to back out of it. His attorney says,
we should get into what his lawyer says. His lawyer is pissed off that, you know, people have been doing stories, we've done stories today that it just mysteriously disappeared. So his lawyer, Bradford Cohn, who's a big lawyer in Florida, he said this. He said, a statement promising something for something in exchange is not appropriate. Obviously referring there to what he said about, give me a pardon and I'll give $1 million to charity. And although Kodak has always given to charity his whole career and will continue to do charity, not in exchange for anything. And then he goes on.
That would have been good right there, right? And that's the explanation. His attorney felt like it was an inappropriate statement to have out there, and so he took it down. But he went on, yes. He said, some think this is a story. It isn't. Instead of harping on a young black man and how much charity he does, why don't we take a look at the amount of charity the writers of these articles do? And then he went on to point out that Kodak pledged $100,000 to a scholarship fund in the name of Meadow Pollock last week, and also gave money to the Barstool Fund, I think $150,000.
Kodak is really, really into charity, especially where he's from in Florida. Anybody who, if you've been paying attention to Kodak's career, you would know that. But I think it's more about the fact that it was put out there on his platform, and once it's put out there, people can hold him to that expectation, whether it's right or not, they are going to do it. So when the tweet disappeared, I think people felt like, okay, he was trying to maybe get one over. But honestly, though, even Kodak still, he was literally just pardoned. So he's just now being released. If he does want to do more charity, which he's already been doing things, I'm sure that he will do it, not just because he was released, because that's something that, you know, is obviously near and dear to him, but he's dealing with some other stuff. He still has an open state case in South Carolina. So he doesn't really know what his freedom is looking like right now. He's still dealing with the case there with the 18-year-old girl from the hotel room. So maybe that's why, you know, he hasn't acted on this, because he's not shy of charity. He does so much for his community.
He kind of has acted on it, because he, like Bradford Cohen said, he's given $150,000 already. And, you know, what Kodak said in his initial tweet was he would give $1 million over the course of a year.
Right. So he could be fine. He could be on track. It's just...
Yeah, he could be on track. It's just to say, I wonder how the writers are, you know, how much money they've given, kind of a weird statement, and then made it racial by saying, you know, a young black man. It was just people are saying, wait a minute, he put
Why did the tweet disappear? Right. That was it. No one was saying he isn't charitable, but they were saying, look, it's odd that he would delete that tweet when he made that promise. That was it.
However, if he's giving the money, I mean, I think Lauren's right too, that he's given money over time, he probably is going to end up doing that anyway.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Dana. I'm from Trenton, New Jersey, and I wanted to comment on Kodak Black and him deleting his tweet about his $1 million pledge. And I believe that he's actually going to fulfill that goal of doing the pledge. I just think he didn't want that pressure from Twitter. And me being a financial person that I am, I went and did the math. So I figured he did $150,000 being home after a week. So that means he has a remaining $850,000 to pledge. And I'm figuring it's about 48, 49 weeks. This is a guesstimate, it's not scientific. If he donates $17,000 to $18,000 a week, he may meet that goal. So I'm gonna hang in there with him, and you know, I figure he deleted the tweet because he didn't want that pressure.
Well, let me tell you what happens when you solve the math problem correctly on TMZ Live. You get a TMZ T-shirt.
Way to work the calculator.
Yeah, I like numbers. I like to do the math.